So Bitcoin on the weekly, it's looking good with this green Hikanashi. This is how it looks like. We were discussing before, our main favorite level is still 84. Something interesting is it front ran the 382 with few dollars, so I still expect it to go back up to around $80, 80,000 very soon. If we can see here, the 382 on the logarithmic chart, it front ran it in few dollars, few $100. So we can expect it to push back up to around 80, and we take it from there. Why this level is important? Because it was low of this range, this flag here. When we had the bear flag, this was the range of the low of the range. So we can expect it big resistance around this area, which is the 382 and the low. Personally, and as we discussed last time, still my favorite scenario is reclaim 80, get everyone's excited, push all the way to 85, and then dump back down to around 60 to 70K. For now, it looks good in general on the Hikanashi. The only negative thing on the weekly I can say is the RSI. If we look at the RSI, we can see the RSI is making a higher high from January high to this high. It's a very clear higher high on the RSI, but the price is making a clear lower high. So this is a bearish diversion. It's not yet confirmed. How this will be confirmed if it can put a local high here. A local high means the weekly should close, and then the new weekly should open anywhere and then trade under the previous week. So if the weekly closed anywhere and then the week after closed under it, then it will confirm a bearish diversion. I think this bearish diversion will be confirmed. It's just a matter of when it will be confirmed. It will be confirmed this week. So this week the candle will close red, and then we'll have another red week. Then it will be confirmed, or it will continue pushing up and then confirm. But even if it did so, still will have a bearish diversion. So it's kind of, there is no running away from the bearish diversion. And whenever it happens, this will be a signal that can push Bitcoin down at least 10, maybe between $7,000 to $10,000. Another thing on the weekly interesting is the EMAs. So Bitcoin closed the weekly just above the 21 EMA. We can see it pushed up 2 weeks ago, get rejected, then closed above the 21 again, but now it lost at the 21. This can simply be a fake out. 21 EMA on the weekly is very important to tell the strength of Bitcoin. So if we take a look in history, anytime Bitcoin is in bull market, it tries to hold the 21 EMA on the weekly, and when it lost it, it simply backtested here and dropped all the way down, and now it's trying to reclaim it. But previous cycles, that's what it does. It tries to reclaim it, and then it fails until the bear market is over. It reclaim it and push up. So this is it. On the weekly, we expect a bearish diversion to happen. Whenever it happens, it will push Bitcoin price. At least push it for a higher low. This is the weekly chart. On the daily, I will start with the CME, because CME is a little bit different. So on the CME daily chart, if I put the logarithmic, we can see that it touched the 382. So this is the 382. If I take the Fibonacci from the all-time high to the cycle to this low, current low, which is around, it's exactly 60K, the 382 comes at 80 to the T, which is what it pushed. This is where it pushed, it rejected, it backtested, and dropped again. So on the CME, it already touched the 382. But on the spot, for example, on Coinbase, it did not touch the 382. If we see, it made a high, and it could not even take this high. The 382 is just above it. It was rejected from these highs. It was rejected from these highs. In general, I'd like the spot to follow CME. So I really would prefer it if it can go up and take this liquidity and then drop if it wants to drop. But it's not what we wish for. It's what the market wants. So for now, on the daily CME pushed all the way to the 382 and get rejected. It already tapped the 80K on the CME chart. There is a huge gap. It did not fill it. It started with the gap, which is normal. In gaps, either the asset will try to push in the gap, get rejected and drop down, or if it get accepted here with a daily close or a couple of 4-hour close, then we can expect it to go all the way and fill the gap. This goes perfect with our initial idea, which is reclaim the 80K, the range, get everyone excited, push all the way to 85 and then drop. This will be very nice to see if Bitcoin can do that. So on the daily, it looks ugly here. This is a clear rejection from the 382 on the CME, but on the spot, on Coinbase, for example, it did not push all the way up. So it will be good if Bitcoin can go back up. I just shared in Telegram that this is an important level. Why this is an important level? Because it has the high of this range. So if we look at this as a range, sorry, my computer is going crazy. If we look at this as a range, Bitcoin is now backtesting the top of the range, and I expect a bounce here, or the worst case, it get accepted under this, and then it goes down to the bigger support around 75. If it goes 75, it will be nice. Then if we look at it like this, there is a ascending triangle. It broke out, backtested it, and trying to push to the upside. So this is the daily. It's really the Bitcoin.
Yeah, we don't hear the.
You don't hear the fan?
No.
Okay, perfect. So it is backtesting this first support, and the bigger support sits down around 74.5 to 75. So these are big supports. The more bullish case is to go get reaccumulated here and then try higher toward 80K. This will be my favorite scenario. And this is the support. This is Bitcoin on the daily. Okay?
Okay. So what about, let's go quickly on gold, for example, because today we saw some moves.
On which? On gold or?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't look at gold. Let me look at gold. Let me look at gold and the stock market in general. So I'll go to additional.
Finally, we saw some retracement on S&P and NQ.
Yeah,
today.
let's start with NQ. To be honest, there's nothing much on NQ because it's like in crazy all-time high territory. So let me just check. Okay, so NQ, this is the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart. It broke above this, and it didn't even go to backtest it. It simply get support here. So now NQ is all-time high. This should act as support now. If it goes all the way down to 26,300, this can act as support. The only thing that can happen in NQ is similar to Bitcoin, which is the weekly is printing a lower RSI level, lower high, while the price is clearly in a higher high. How this can be confirmed? If the weekly closed red and then the other week open and closed red, then it can confirm a bearish diversion, which can push the price all the way down to around this area, and we take it from there. So stock market's all-time high. This is funny to see that the whole economy, everything's happening. Bitcoin is struggling at 79 to 80, while stock market is new highs. It keeps printing new highs. Same thing for SPX, exactly same thing. We have a clearly lower highs on RSI with higher highs on the price. Still, it's in all no man's land. It did touch. Sorry, the nice thing about NQ, it did touch 27.5. I was waiting for this level, and I did add it to my short. So 27.5 was tapped. If you see here, last week it did not tap the 500. You know, round numbers are always good for liquidity. It take the round number and it's trying to drop. SPX is still around 7,000. It pushed up to 7,200 almost, and it's getting rejected. same thing. But for now, there's nothing. It's still looking good. Yes, it might drop down to this area that can act as support, and we take it from there. Going down under this range, that will be a fake breakout, and then we can expect what will happen next. But we can't be bearish on an asset that only goes up until it confirms bearishness. So this is how it looked like. From the bear market low of 2022, it's only up only, really. It just goes upwards.
Contrary to gold. Well,
it's been a long time I didn't look at gold. Let me check what we said.
In the last couple of calls, we said this is a range zone. It's only a trading zone.
Yes.
Self-trading.
I didn't push to. So yes, when we were talking last week, we were looking at gold to push. I was looking at gold to push to 5,000, and it didn't. So it was an ugly sideways range. I remember we were talking about it. There's nothing happening on gold, which expected. When we were talking about gold, when gold was around here and that made a big drop, we said expect gold now to go really, really low volatility. And everyone is expecting gold to do some big move, go to a new all-time high or go to zero. But what gold will do is it will bore everyone. And really, this is what's happening. The negative thing about it is it did not push all the way to 5,000, which was supposed to be a big resistance. It did not. At the same time, if we look at the weekly, let me just remove this. On the weekly, it's a confirmed lower high. This is a confirmed lower high, because if this weekly closed anywhere under 4,650, this will be confirmed lower high. And this is what we were talking about, Chris, since weeks ago, that this is a lower high, and if this is confirmed the lower high, that will create a new trend, which is high. And let me just go to lower time frame.
Change in market structure.
Yes, to show it more. Let me go in the 2 days or the daily or the 5 days. It's all the same. Let me go to the 2 days, which is low, high, low, lower high, lower low. And this is now confirmed. On the 2 days, it's a confirmed lower high. So expected a push down to support, which is 4,200, 4,300. What will happen here is the key, is so important. What it will do, will it try to put a higher low and try higher? That will be good. Then it has a chance to push high. Will this continue another lower high and break? Then it might drop all the way to our bigger support, which is 3,500. But I don't expect, as I said in the last couple of weeks, we do not expect gold to go here fast. We do not expect gold here fast. I'm not even looking at the daily chart on gold. This is my level. This is our support, and we're waiting, because it goes in this boring phase, similar to Bitcoin. Most of the assets, before they move hard or after they move hard, they just go silent. So yes, gold doesn't look at the best. If you look even on the daily, it doesn't look that good, because this is high, lower high, another. It's a very beautiful lower high. It's like a kind of a curved lower high. Similar thing on silver, I would expect.
So we can expect a lower low.
You have to expect a lower low. You have to expect a lower low. But I would say we'll wait here first.
Yes.
Because because it might really just do these more before it decides to break up or down. I would expect this. There's still bullishness on gold. Banks are still buying it. Central banks, big funds, they're still buying. So it has a chance. Silver also didn't reach our level. Oh, none of them touched our level. Okay. So silver, this is from, I have this, and I was looking for 68. So same thing on silver. Same thing. But silver, it's a different case, because we had this range. We draw it from here. If you remember, the war started, it pushed up, fake out, fake breakdown, and now it's in the middle. But similar thing. It's exactly similar thing. This is a lower highs, confirmed lower highs. Actually, silver, it's much more clear than gold. Let me just try to see what's happening here. Remove this. Yeah, there's nothing much, but then I have to look at it like this. So Silver is different because it's clear. It's much more clear. High, lower high, and I can take these as same lows, not lower lows. So it's like a descending triangle. Close under this, no good. As we said always, 64 is support, 65. Anywhere under this is not good because it can push it all the way to 50. Why? Because there's almost nothing here. So lose this and it can push all the way to 45 and 50, which I don't think it will happen that fast as well, unless the stock market decided to go south very fast.
What about oil?
Our darling oil?
Our darling oil. We
Because
were very bullish the last 2 weeks. We were very bullish on oil. We expected higher.
we
That's what
actually,
our
when we longed here, I said it on the Telegram. Yeah, I made a mistake. I didn't tell everyone that I'm long. I said oil is a support. I'm expecting it to bounce while everyone was thinking war is over, everything is happy, life is good. Actually, I didn't touch the chart, Chris. This is from last week. Okay, let me go down. I remember I was giving this level, yes. So last week we were looking at this level.
we were taking profit also here, and we mentioned in the comment.
I did take profit, and I mentioned, but yes, and you also you were long. You're long from lower anyway. So this is the trend line, and this is what I said here. I said expect a bounce. It dropped. This is a Friday. I remember everyone was so excited, and the FOMO was hitting the moon on all assets. On S&P was all-time high. Bitcoin was pumping. Gold, oil was dumping. It reached support. This support we had it from a long time ago. So what happens is we last week I expected the first resistance to be around 98, and I said 103 is still my biggest resistance here. Why? Because it has the 618 Fibonacci together with the trend line and another lower high. So it's now even back testing this trend line. Let me just look at what's happening. Yeah, I think now people will start being more bullish on oil, so it can put a top, but it can still push up to 100 to 103. Whereas my second,
we have today UAE exiting OPEC.
Yeah, I saw it. So what is it? Should bounce more or should dump, or I don't know. You know, I'm not good in news.
Know much what to interpret it. There was some small volatility on it, but we're still pushing higher into resistance.
Yes, oil now it hit 100, so for sure it will be rejected. Let me just go to the big time frame first to see what's happening on the higher time frame. This is what's happening on the higher time frame. Remember this? This is the high from 2008. This is the high from 2022 bear market. This is the high from before the crisis, and now it's another lower high. We wanted it to push to 120 and take these highs. Obviously, it did not happen, and now going all the way up, it's not the best. The best for economy and for our food and inflation. So personally, I don't want it to go all the way up. Yes, a little bit higher to close my long, and that's it. And I want it to dump because I want to pay less for stuff. As simple as that. But for now, it's the same thing. High, lower high, and this is another lower high. Hopefully, another lower high. Reclaiming 105, it's not good because this will look like dump, bottoming action, and then I expect then this level to be hit above 120 if this will happen. Still my favorite case scenario on the weekly, which we said before, that oil topped. Yeah, it put a local top. Even if it goes all the way up here, I don't think oil can go to, as people were expecting here, 200,
like,
200, 300. Yeah, yeah.
And then replacing that.
Still, this is what I was saying last time, and I like it, which is, okay, this was our previous case, which is kind of playing out. That's good. I still expect this. It didn't drop all the way, but I was saying, I remember last week I was saying, oh, war finish. Oh, war is back. War finish. War is back. War finish. War is back. And then war finish. Hopefully this is the case. Hopefully we have something like this. This will be better for all of us. So oil is still following our pattern. It's still rejecting from resistance. For now, it's still a lower high on the lower time frame. So really, There's nothing to add. Reclaiming 105 is not that good. Losing 90 is not that good for the bulls. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing to add.
Let's cover some altcoin. And we can start with hype, like usual. Hype
I haven't.
is putting a top. Maybe we mentioned the top around 45.
Yeah, I don't
Now,
touch these unless you ask for them. So this is from last week still. One was last week. So it was here somewhere. It's still under resistance. It actually managed to push all the way up above. Yeah, still 45, still the same level. We said still 44, 45 is the level because this is the top of this range. And this is still the level for me. And support are still here now. This is support. This is support. But these are support. But the only difference is this support is good. This support is not that good. Why? Because the support means on the logarithmic, this is the trend line. This is what's holding the price. Oh, now I see it better. Now I remember it. Okay. On the logarithmic chart, it's clearer. So we had this, we're saying it's putting higher low. As long as keep putting higher low, this is good. And even here, there's a better higher low.
Yeah, the $20 level.
Yeah, this is a nice higher low. So going all the way down is fine. For the bullish case, I would like something like this, and keep playing until it reach here around June, and then it can go higher. That will be very nice to see because it's holding the trend line. It will be holding the higher lows. At the same time, it range and bore everyone. This is like the best case scenario for the bulls. What you don't want to see is losing this because then you lose the trend line and you lose the support. Then you have to look at $20 again. Losing $20 is very bad because there's nothing
below,
here.
yes.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. This asset is put a very, 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 very high top for a long time. If it loses 20, which is very far from it. So we don't look at 20 now. It's way too far. But let me just check. This is the 5 days. 5 days doesn't look good. Even the weekly, you see it? No, it's good. It's fine. The weekly is fine.
This is the next Solana, in my opinion. So it might be. Yeah, for now.
The weekly, there's a slight bearish diversion. Will be confirmed this week.
It might be topping. Yeah.
I think it can keep doing what it's doing.
We need to see if it will hold the levels.
That's it. So 30 exactly here. 34 to 35 is the first support. Actually, it wouldn't be bad to scalp along here. That's fine. I think this will be a good level. 34 to 35. Losing it, I look at this area. For me, this is now the area, not 20. This is the area you don't want it to lose.
Which is the level of 28.
To each this low, yeah, 25 to 28. Well, let's say 28 to 20. Exactly 28 to 29.5. Because even if it lost this is a drop of 27 until 20. So this is another move. This is exactly a big move. It's by itself. So I'm not going to look at this level because hype is not anymore this coin, that the shit coin that. So you look at it with more respect, as I say, because at the end of the day, this coin is done good while Bitcoin is dumping. So it is really a strong asset. And we know fundamentally it is strong. But this is getting more and more looking more like a topping, at least a local top high, slightly higher high, back testing the high, and now dropping. You see, you can see it here also. It's exactly to the T. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is exactly the level.
So
this is it's putting a high for me personally. It's putting a local high on the lower time frame. I expect, as I said, 34 to 35, lost it, then 29, and you don't want it to lose 29. Yes, tell me.
Speaking on shitcoins, let's go to the new shitcoin in the market, SHIB.
One second. Why are you saying CHIP is a new? You told me it's a good fundamental project. I bought into it.
Yes, but it's a new coin.
Now it's a short coin. Let me go sell it then. Okay, this is the latest shitcoin that I'm starting to look at and trade.
For me, I need to switch to my phone because laptop battery is high, so I will be good.
So, but there's nothing much about chip really. It's bouncing from the first support, that there's nothing much. Still, the support is 0.5, 0.53 to 0.55 is the biggest support around here. We don't want it to go all the way down, then it become a big shitcoin. Let me just wait for Chris because he wants this coin.
I'm here.
Okay. So 0.53 to 0.55 is still the biggest support, but we don't want this to lose. What's happening now I'm looking at it, it's this is because there's not much history, so I have to go to the low time frame. These are ugly now. Lower high, lower high, lower high. It's just printing lower high with the same low. So I really would like it to keep holding this 0.68, 0.7, let's call it. This should hold and then try higher. Then it has a chance to continue up. Why I'm saying this? Because this is officially a lower high and a low, but the low is still a higher low. So holding a higher low here and going higher, that's good. Then if we have another higher low, and we can expect somewhere around 0.9. If it can do that, we can expect exactly, let me give you the level. Yeah, it's rejected from the 0.5 fib. This is beautiful. It's rejected from the 0.5. Yeah, same level. There's a 0.88, and then the bigger level is 0.1. So if it can hold this level on the low time frame, then I think it has a chance to go up, reclaiming 0.86. Then it really can push to 0.1, and we take it from there. This will be the big test, because then it will look a very nice pattern. The problem is, if it didn't hold this and start losing this, then really there is nothing. It can drop all the way to this support, and no one can say the support will hold. Because if it loses this support, it's back down here. Why? Because there's nothing. There's simply nothing here. Nothing traded. Even this, nothing traded.
This was the spot. This is the launch. Yes.
Yeah. So this is where it's putting now. It's good. It's putting now some interest. Now we can see bears or bulls will win. So now it's fighting for it. If it keep doing this, then okay, bulls are winning, and we can expect higher. Simply, if it keep doing this, then bears are winning, and we expect lower. It's as simple as that. For me, 0.65 is the level to hold. Losing it, then you have 0.55. Losing it is no good. No good, as it can go all the way down.
Yes. We covered a lot of points before that because I am out and my battery is dying. So if we don't have anything else and no one has any request, Abdullah has a few minutes.
Yes, if there is nothing, I can. Anyone want any coin?
Can we check OXY as a stock?
OXY as a stock. 1 second. OXY stock. This one?
Yes, yes.
Occidental. I never looked at it. Let me just look at it. Oh, wow. Okay. Look what a push. Oh my God. This is the war. No, this 2021. What a push.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the COVID. Yeah, the COVID crash. After the COVID crash. Wow, on the monthly.
Wanna break?
Sorry?
Looks like wanna break out.
No, it looks like it want to fill the gap, but then we take it from there. But there's a nice gap here. On the daily, it looks it want to push for the gap, but I'm looking at the higher time frame. On the weekly, Because in the weekly, officially, it put already a lower high, lower high, lower high, and another lower high. That's on the weekly. But 2 weeks. As Ghadi, who is with us in Melkart, say, this is giving me more mixed signal than my girlfriend. No, he said mixed signal than the girl I'm dating now. Every time we look at Bitcoin and it makes him, because he helps with the daily update, he sent me to, and Chris, oh, it's giving me mixed signal. This one is giving me mixed signal. Because at the same time, it's putting a lower highs, but at the same time, if it breaks from here, it can run. So this is when it's very hard. Let me just try to find some edge, because so far there's no edge. Look, this is what I was trying to tell you. It's really at this level where, okay, now I think I have it clear. This is the high time frame, the monthly. Okay, let's look at the monthly first. Let me do it exactly to the T. No, not this one. Let's take the ray. Okay, this is how I do it, and this is why you always do it this way. You just affix the first point, second point, and you see what happens. So the logarithmic chart, you can see clearly one, reject, another reject. Yes, this is bearish because it's rejecting and putting always lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. At the same time, why I'm saying mixed signals, because it's hitting this trend line since forever. Since forever. Like, if it can really claim this on the monthly chart, it can go to new highs. I don't know how and why this can happen. Maybe the war can push it, but
maybe the oil prices,
maybe, but this is why I say mixed signal. On the monthly, it still has more. The momentum is still good. The volatility is still expanding. It can still push for a couple more months. This is a volatility indicator. At the same time, momentum still shows it has more. RSI can flip at any time. It's hitting the resistance. The monthly still can push higher, but at the same time, we look at this, it's rejecting. This is why I'm saying mixed signal. It looks like it really want to push up. As Chris said, it really want to go back to this level and test it again. Even on the daily, it really want higher. So I'm expecting it to push up. I'll give you this, my fast analysis. 62 to 63. If it can reclaim this level, which is fill the gap. So if it can go all the way here, fill this gap, and then find support, then we look at this level again. Reclaim this, then it officially broke out from this forever down sloping trend line that has been there since 2011. Because looking at it like this, I know this is very high time frame, but it's beautiful. Because down and now higher low, and if it can break, it can push higher. So what is this stock fundamentally?
It's oil. It's oil, basically.
Oil company?
Yes, American oil company.
Yeah, it has a chance. I think it will keep pushing now until 60, sorry, until 62, 63, and then we take it from there. If it reclaims 63, the trend line, if it reclaims trend line level to level, it can really start pushing to new highs, at least to 75 and then higher. What's the highest? Yeah, 113. I think if it can go above 62.5, 63, it can keep pushing. Then you have 75, then you have 88, these highs. But if it can start closing weeklies or a couple of days above this, I don't see why it can push all the way up. There's nothing here. There's nothing. There's no resistance until you reach this area. So it can push to the downside. Let me check to the downside. On the daily, it wants higher. Let me check to the downside. I would say the same thing, this gap here. Oh, perfect. This gap is getting exactly at the 618. So if it go here and reject and then go down, it can fill this gap, and then we look at there. Because this gap is exactly under $50 round number. So you have 618, you have a gap fill, and you have a $50 round number. 49, yeah. Yes, this is the level. You don't want it to lose this level on the downside. And I'll clear it once more. Sorry, because I'm looking at it, never looked at it. So to the downside, you want this to hold because here you had down, higher low, and you broke. Think of it as a W pattern. It's fine
Yeah.
to go all the way down and reclaim and come back. So this is fine. Losing this, then it can go back down. So to the downside, 47.2 to 49 is the level that it should hold. To the upside, resistance will come around 62.4 to 63. Reclaiming this level can really push higher. So these are my two levels. 62 to 62.5 to the upside, 47.2 to 48.8 to the downside. These are a must hold, a must break if you're bullish on it.
Thank you.
But I'm interested to, I will add this. I will try to add it. So let me just keep looking at it and updating you if I saw something. So remind me, OX.
Why?
OX. So I add it on my traditional. Let me put it. So whenever I open every day, I can see it because it goes along with my MicroStrategy hood, and these are the only ones I look at daily basis, other than S&P and the other one, Tesla and these. Okay, I will have it here and keep eye on it. Any other request? I'm here. I can do more charts.
بس I have a coin, Kaspa.
Kaspa? Oh my God.
Kaspa. KAS. I am walking
Yeah.
outside, but if you want to have a look at it.
Kaspa?
KAS or Kaspa. Yeah. On KuCoin or Maxi is the oldest chart.
This is the one that in the bull market, everyone is super bullish on it.
Yeah. Now there is a halving coming next week or next month in middle of May. So there might be sell.
I love when you get me. I love when you get this asset ahead of the pump. Let's discuss it. Oh, it's coming to support. Okay. You see what the moving averages are doing. Daily. Okay, that cross is coming down. It's normal. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Bear market low will come at 0.004. In the meantime, there's nothing down. Oh wow, when you remove the logarithmic, it looks bad.
All coins without logarithmic.
But at least it had a trend line it's following. I mean, there's no trend line here. It's too, the slope is too bad. Okay. When is the halving?
16 May.
16 May. because
I'm not very bullish on it, but usually some coins they pump before the
I mean, on the
Further
month, on the monthly is dead. It's like in the 2 weeks, on the weekly, similar to Bitcoin, on the weekly is nothing. It's much weaker than Bitcoin, but
You're in Abu Dhabi still, yeah?
yeah, yes. Yeah, for me personally, until it reached 0.2,
Yeah, that is nothing good.
this is the support here, the first support. This is no man's land, really. Even if the news can push it, I don't think it will come all the way here in exactly 2 weeks. I don't see how this can happen. So it might be one of these things and then continue down. But before this, there's no support. There's
Yeah,
nothing.
that's
It's a huge gamble, given that Bitcoin can be putting it top anytime soon in the coming 1 to 3 weeks. If it didn't put the top yet. Yeah, there's nothing here. It's not bad overall when you look at the logarithmic. It's fine, but it's ugly and when you see it this way.
yeah.